posted a timeline video on this franchise since 2018. Back in the days when Mike was the crying child, Afton coming back was actually a surprise, and Fazgoo wasn't a phrase I'd...
Fazgoo.
What the fuck is any of that?
So sit back, grab some popcorn.
Yeah, he should have started with the second theory, if anything, not the first.
That's my chat right now. My chat is actually all pitchforks right now. You should have watched Wendigoon. You guys are actually cringe. Sorry, when you're actually getting your FNAF lore dump, could you please watch Wendigoon in his 6-hour video and not the MatPat game theory lore? It's actually incorrect, and I don't want you to get the lore incorrect because this is very important to me. I'm cringing.
His lore is not incorrect. Lore is about interpretation.
Of a loving, obsessive father.
Well, not always, but...
How did they know his lore is
A lot of
incorrect?
stuff right as well.
It's like they know the story or something.
Kind of hot.
People think they know it better than... It's because MatPat makes really wild theories about the game sometimes.
Fuck! A simple roadside attraction.
Oh, you didn't find... Oh my god, Linus, please.
William Afton.
William Afton.
Headshot me.
Okay.
What?
Willie
Please stop taunting that.
I didn't have mollies anyways.
The bear could dance.
No, but I have mollies. I'm Killjoy. I put it in the corner thinking you'd find it in the corner, because that makes sense.
Was inspired by the work of Walt Disney, who throughout the 50s and 60s was pioneering the use of
Gives them less area to diffuse in as well. This is a lot more open. It doesn't actually help us at all. It just helps them have more angles.
Listening to like technological updates in like the 18 or 1900s. Because they sound so simple. It's like, oh, dude, we figured out that actually you need your hands. No. So what we figured out is that actually if you wash your hands before putting your hands into someone's body in surgery, it's better. Stuff that's like nowadays, like, yeah, no fucking shit. Back then, they're like, no, we actually solved this.
To appeal to the kids and for copyright reasons, he changed Fredbear from a realistic brown animal to a cartoonish yellow bear with a purple hat. But feeling like one character wasn't enough, he added another friend, a yellow rabbit with a purple vest and matching
Oh, the jet push up game, man.
Bonnie and Fredbear would perform on stage to small but enthusiastic crowds. Other people saw the success of his idea and they wanted in. Enter Chica's party.
Last player standing.
Holy shit, she
Flawless.
His idea.
I have two, but holy
William
fuck.
may have been the first, but obviously he wasn't the best.
Why is he mad? Like, yeah, they bit your shit, but you also bit somebody's shit. Like, Fredbear was literally a one-to-one copy. You just changed the color to yellow. A yoink and twister cannot be mad that somebody yoinked and twisted.
All of them able to freely turn and talk and dance on their own, no human required. It was like magic. Magic that came from the mind of a brilliant creator named Henry Emily. A rocking band of characters featuring a yellow chicken thing with a southern drawl named Chica, backed by a band of other country-themed characters, including a pig with a banjo, an upbeat frog from the local swimming hole, and a brown bear with a heavy southern accent. Wait, bears? But bears were his animals. Why not a cow or a horse? Something to fit the country theme a bit better. Why'd it have to be a bear? And adding insult to injury, they had the nerve to call this thing Ned Bear, a direct copy of his own Fredbear.
Whoops, that's gonna leave a mark.
No, that was not it. Jealous admiration.
Here.
Okay, alright. You know what?
We
That's
probably rotate out of this.
Eventually, his restaurant would go bankrupt. Only to get bailed out by force.
Spike down A.
Another insult. Another humiliation that William wouldn't see.
He was humiliated that he could have just rejected the offer.
Get out.
He was humiliated. No, I guess I get that. That would be humiliating.
With the two franchises now
Last player standing.
to both worlds.
Spike
Afton's
down
ideas
A.
With Henry's robotic expertise,
Yeah,
the two
it's
men
a
decided
win-win.
to launch under a new name, Fredbear's Family Diner, a pizza chain that would eventually come to feature.
And he gets naming rights. And he's still mad? Like, William, grow up.
They
30
decided to
seconds
stick
left.
with Fredbear as the headliner, considering the yellow bear was easily identifiable as a brand because he was the original performing animal mascot. Afton appreciated that. In 1983, Freddy Fazbear's Pizza launched, giving a dedicated home to all this new supporting cast of characters. Chicken Bonnie,
One enemy remaining.
Foxy the Pirate, and of course the headliner,
10 seconds
Brown
left.
Freddy Fazbear. Business.
Okay. The original location has the Golden Bear. Then they made a spin-off called called
Remember, your
fucking
weapon is only a
Fazbear.
tool.
Fucking,
Can't
and
just
this is the game
shoot.
I
You
know.
have to
It
think.
did bother him that the one original character that he created, the one that he himself played, Golden Bonnie, got passed over for inclusion in that cartoon show. The only character in the roster of regulars to get ignored for the show, but
He's actually so fucking whiny, I'm like getting annoyed, but
other than that, things were going smoothly. He had himself a wife, 2 sons, a daughter. He had a thriving business. And best of all, he was able to learn the craft of robotics from the man that he both loved and hated, Henry.
I feel
Unbelievable.
really good about part 1. And Henry Emily, I will say, sounds like the go. You know, fucking really crafted his own original
That's
place,
disgusting.
inspired by something. Then became partners with a person, I feel like unnecessarily. And then fucking brought him in, gave him naming rights. Like, if you think about it, William Afton's like, dude, I like Bear. And that's the end of, like, everything he is. He was basically a kid, he saw Bear, he goes, I like Bear. And then he made Bear. And then he's like, what else do I make? And he's like, Bunny. And then like what? And then what?
Last player standing.
What are you doing?
Failing.
Spike
And he's
down
like, but I
mid.
made Bunny. It's like, who gives a shit, dude?
Together, William and Henry had been able
What
to
are
take
you
the
laughing
hybrid
about?
suit idea and make it into
We're in
a
a Valorant
reality.
game.
They called their new invention the Springlock suit. And fittingly enough, it was symbolic of the partnership between these two men. A human suit as designed by William that could become a freestanding Henry-style robot. But because it was really new tech with things to work out, the rollout was limited, restricted only to the Fredbear's Family Diner location. All of this meant that William was busier than ever. He didn't have time to be a full-time parent, so he designed a nanny cam system
30
where
seconds
cameras and
left.
speakers were hidden throughout the neighborhood, as well as his youngest son's favorite toy, Psychic Friend Fredbear. I mean, plushy Fredbear. But since cameras just weren't enough to raise a kid, he also left childcare duties to his eldest son, Michael. He and his friends would take his scared little brother and make him do the one thing that he was terrified of doing, getting close to the animatronics. That would be embarrassing for the kid that was such an embarrassment to him. His brother squirmed, screamed, kicked, and fought, but just as they were putting that small, squirming boy
One enemy remaining.
We need another line. Oh, never mind.
The spring locks inside the body had been triggered by the boy's movements. They'd immediately
What the-
clamped
let me get the
down.
gun.
The wriggling
Viper,
sound.
I'm
The boy would limp.
speechless.
It was just a prank.
And I always have
As
something
the
to
younger
say.
brother's consciousness began to fade, he could hear Michael's last words.
that is literally me.
Small and
That is
fuzzy
so
apology.
true, it's
But his
funny.
father, Williams, through the voice of the Fredbear
Viper,
Flush,
I'm
firm
speechless,
committed
and I
promise
always
to a
have
dying
something to
son.
say.
You're broken. I will
So
put
sad
you
how
back
true that
together.
is.
This
He wasn't even there?
Sentry.
It would just take time. Time that, right now, he just didn't have. His young son's heart flatlined as the boy faded into the inky unknown.
Get out of my way.
What do you mean you don't have time? He's dead now.
The death of this little boy sent the family spiraling. His wife, crippled with grief, was so distraught that all she could do was sit and watch TV. But his son, Michael, was far worse. Some nights, Michael would even go so far as to break out of his room to check his grave site and ensure that his brother was still there. As for himself, he disappeared into his work. Junior, as the local bar, wasn't far from his son's grave site. He found himself
Chill out.
going there more and more frequently, spending longer and longer amounts of time. The bar gave him a place
Move.
to remember, to reflect and stew on how Henry had stolen his idea for an animal-themed restaurant. How they
You're still on that! Are we being fucking for real? Your kid died and you're still on that. That's crazy. William Afton is like the least
I'm fine.
intelligent character I've ever come across, ever. Like, actually just like 90%
One enemy remaining.
like 1% stupid.
Henry had taken his son.
Stay back.
Henry took his son. Aren't you the one who wanted to innovate on the animatronics and make them partial human, partial fucking robot?
William ordered one more drink, but it was one too many. Bar turned him out, told him to go home. But William didn't go home. Drunk and angry, William raced back to the restaurant to give Henry a piece of his mind, only to find someone else waiting. Henry's daughter, Charlie, locked outside of the building. This was his chance to get back at the man that had humiliated him all those years ago.
No,
Henry-
you're not gonna kill his daughter because your son died and somehow you've conflated your son's death to be the fault of Henry when it's actually your fault being a negligent
Placing
parent
sentry.
and allowing your eldest son to raise
That's exactly
your
what he's
child
gonna
improperly.
do.
There's no way that's gonna happen.
While parties continued inside the walls of the pizzeria, William attacked Charlie in the back alley. He felt free.
Dude.
Charlie's death would remain on the random act of violence. although Henry had suspicions about William, there was no physical evidence. Nothing that could make him match the crime.
This is crazy. It's so unbelievable that Henry's like, yeah,
Spike down, B.
I think my business partner killed my daughter, but like, you know, we just gotta keep working together, honey. Like, business is
There's a weapon orange, but there's a jet
It's
orange.
like,
One
if you even
enemy
had a
remaining.
slight inkling, you're like, just, like
I
fucking,
think she was
you know,
flank.
On top of you.
move. You gotta move.
Last player standing.
Good shot. Good 40.
Yeah, that should drop
Two
off.
high-profile deaths around the restaurant with two grieving owners in such a short period of time.
Oh my
Just
God.
unprecedented. Besides, Freddy Fazbear's was still open.
That's
It was
unfortunate.
the newer restaurant anyway. All the equipment from the diner,
Clutch.
the old yellow suit
Good,
security
good.
puppet would get retired to that location. And while
Yeah,
Henry
rather
slowed
than-
down to grieve,
It's crazy that she hit me,
Ashton
though.
kept going. Even
One of my
starting his own
cameras is
company,
broken.
Afton Robotics, for all those pet projects that were a little bit too experimental for the regular operations of the pizzeria. The first of these experimental projects was a secret workshop under his house, a veritable bunker, which allowed him to work while still monitoring his kids via hidden security cameras.
Am I crazy? Why does he give a fuck about monitoring his kids? Who is he lying to? Because one died? He saw it on camera! And you know what he did? He said, oh man, yo, sorry dude, I'll fucking like try to help you out later on. It did nothing!
The cameras weren't enough. He needed to solve the runaway Michael problem. He had to keep him in the house. He couldn't
my
have
God.
another one of his kids wind up dead inside of an animatronic
You will
suit.
not
So,
kill my
runaway
allies.
experiments on
Hold on,
Michael.
go.
These would be his means of keeping his son Michael in the house where he belonged.
Oh my
Was it
God, I
extreme?
looked at the
Maybe,
entire
but then
time.
again, this was the boy
Think
who
of it.
killed his son.
It's
So the
you
way
and
he's
me.
keeping Michael indoors, but just by making like the most horrifying creation ever to like follow him everywhere he's going. Does he know at this
What
time
is this cipher doing?
that his son
He's
is
running,
literally
gunning
so
while ADS.
traumatized by the murder of the youngest son that he sees hallucinations of the animatronics already? He's literally like, dude, you know that thing that you like hallucinate? Dude, what if I made it?
Michael would never forget these either. Years later, as a security guard, he would still draw pictures of them inside of his logbook. But
Michael was the security guard? What the fuck?
June 26th,
I just think
1990,
about the
sitting on the
ultimate.
golden bond, he lured children one by one to the back room of the pizzeria when no one was looking. At first, he was talking. He would lure them with promises of cookies. Susie
Last
was
player standing.
Oh God, I suck.
I still need to know why you're planting there and not to the right where they have less room to defuse.
hide them in a place where they'd never be found,
Yeah.
where they'd never
Every
leave
time I
the
plant
building.
there, I just
Had
get
to be
killed.
Stuff inside.
Right, but they were on the other side of that. If they're gonna kill you there, they're definitely gonna kill you when you're more exposed. Because now you're exposed to snowman as
Well,
well.
if I
They're
plant
just
there, I
being
can
kidnapped
react
till the
more
last one where
to
all
them
pretense
pushing
was
out of
off. He let
that
himself
smoke.
get violent. Too violent.
Because no one ever holds me when I plant.
If that's the case, then just have your wall go at the corner here instead. The problem is then they can shoot from behind them. But that, again, that is true of
He
everywhere.
let himself go too far. That one he
I'll
should have
show
killed.
who-
The animatronics left him.
You know what?
Wanna
You know what? Say what you will about the other murders. Okay, those were fine. But that
Fuck
one,
off!
that was too far.
Police would even charge William with the crimes after finding security footage of the golden mascot suit
Nice.
luring kids to the back. But they couldn't
Oh, I'm
convict him.
playing
They
like
had
an
no
idiot, man.
bodies, and his face had been hidden behind the mascot suit the entire time. What they had was circumstantial
Last
evidence.
player
So he
standing.
walked away a free man.
Really? Would that hold up? I don't know. I'm not a fucking lawyer, but I feel like if I had video of a guy in a mask
Oh!
who lures children
The
back there,
second
and then
drop
every
killed
single
me,
child
no.
lured dies,
I didn't even
to
want
be
to
like,
drop again.
Your Honor,
I'm amped.
anybody
Let's go.
could have been wearing
I got
the
things to
mask.
do.
Henry knew the truth. In these murders,
that
he saw
dog
his
is
daughter
crazy.
Charlie all over again. So he threw Afton out of the company and shuttered the doors to the old pizzeria. Henry would keep the franchise quiet for 2 years. This would not happen again. This could not happen again. How could he protect the kids? Finally, he developed a solution. He would implement an even more extreme security system in the form of new animatronics. Toy animatronics, inspired by the toys that they had been selling years ago.
So Henry Emily's like, dude, I think my fucking toy owner is like murdering all these children. What do I do?
Reloading.
I'll make a toy. Like, what? Buddy didn't think like, oh, you know, what if I fucking like get him arrested? Because if he's not around, then the kid probably won't die. Here's the thing. If I was fucking convinced that Aiden had murdered 5 children, and not only 5 children, but more children, one of them mine, I would take them out vigilante. I wouldn't be like, let me make a gizmo and a gadget.
And the new and improved Freddy Fazbear's Pizza was making headlines in local newspapers. Headlines that just so happened to catch the attention of William Afton. Freddy's was without him. That was his idea, his character. Henry was yet again trying to cut him out of the picture. No.
That's crazy! That's crazy! You murdered 6 children! How is he still on the dude?
One enemy remaining.
You're doing a Freddy's without me? Like, how was he
Damn,
on that?
I'm crazy.
I'm telling you, bro, you just walk out that smoke. Because what are they gonna do? Look at it.
Yeah.
Okay, some people will, and you will die when that happens because that's
buried in
stupid.
the back
But
of parts and services, mixed in with the old withered animatronics, was the golden rabbit. With the yellow security badge still on his chest.
Honestly, that Kenji was kind of stupid. She doesn't push me, I'm dead
It was
now.
time for Bonnie to give an encore performance.
well, I was altered, so they just wouldn't have had it any time.
True.
Then I have 2 mollies.
I guess you kind of had to walk away there.
5 more kids. He didn't know what felt better, getting back into the...
That's crazy! That's crazy. Henry Emily has to be the dumbest motherfucker I've ever learned about, ever. Like, he reopened the restaurant, and he... and
What
5
a
kids are
shot
murdered,
once
he's
you...
like, "I
What
am
the
it."
fuck? I thought it was Wold.
You said he was the GOAT? He was the GOAT until he became a dumbass motherfucker.
Let's go.
He didn't even try to hide his crime this time. It just meant more blood on Henry's hands. He failed
Yo, yo.
again. The restaurant had
I
only
could
been open
not,
for a
like,
few
I was
weeks,
just
so William
constantly on the
was
wrong
sure
side.
this
But hey, I got 2.
One mid.
He couldn't have Freddy's.
I know.
No one would. Whenever a new pizzeria opened, he would be there. But as he sat in his bunker,
Damn,
something
he
else
shot a
started
lot
to linger in
too
William's
quickly.
mind. He had seen something strange.
One
Old
enemy
withered
remaining.
animatronics.
This
They'd been
was
wandering around
mid-ish.
the place, spurred on by the
Nice.
They
Nice.
almost like those old robots were trying to save the kids. The following day, the news would report a security guard getting hit by one of the animatronics during the day shift. Was that bite
Let's go
meant
B.
for him? William
The bite of 87!
No, the bind of 83 kicked me.
I don't know what it means, but it's exciting. This is it, baby. We are fucking learning now.
He needed to create something new, something brand new. He needed to create his own pizzeria. Circus Baby's Pizza World.
Man, making
This
me
would
wanna
be
eat
the
pizza
place where he
now,
could
huh?
continue his work. No longer just murdering, experiment.
Get out of my
He needed
way.
a way of remotely capturing his victims and preserving them for his work. With that goal in mind, he designed a new breed of animatronic.
Get a judge, thank God I
Incapacitate and
killed him.
contain them with zero direct
Give me spike, give me
input
spike,
from
give me
him. It was brilliant. He was brilliant. First, Ballora was an homage to the woman who left him. Now he would never leave him again. The second, the titular
It's you
was
and
designed with his baby in mind, Elizabeth, his youngest child.
Oh, Isaac.
The day before Circus Baby's
One
pizza
enemy
opened,
remaining.
She disobeyed. She didn't listen. Left alone with Baby, she got too close. The animatronic ripped in half and
Okay,
swallowed
we
her
got this.
whole. Scared.
I play lineups, so I'll be distracting.
I thought his whole thing was like, I'm not gonna murder now. I just want to figure out what's going on with it. What the fuck? It just, what? And why is she British?
Shoot one.
William's British? That doesn't make no damn
Last player
sense.
standing.
The dude's gotta be old as
yellow.
fuck now, right? He was a kid during the Great Depression in the 30s. So he's born at the very latest, like 35. And we're in 87, so he's 52 right now? And his
Last
daughter's that
round
old?
in the half.
Or young, I mean? So he's on that Robert De Niro wave, eh?
By the time Afton found her, it was too late. She was gone.
He's on
He
that Robert
immediately
De
canceled
Niro
the launch of
wave.
Circus Babies under the guise of a gas leak. As he sat there at the foot of the stage, he noticed that something was different. The eye color of the robot had changed. Baby had been built with blue eyes, but now they were emerald green, same color as Elizabeth. Could this all be connected to the free-moving animatronics that he had seen in
Bro,
Red?
what
He
is this
had to
law?
know. His mourning turned to excitement.
No, they
Dude,
were
a
green.
lot of shit happened in this
William
series.
repeatedly snuck into
Did I buy
the
that?
old broken
I
restaurant
didn't,
to lure
fuck.
the living
Oh, again?
by one dismantled,
She has a judge, pick up
robbing
that
them
one.
of their endoskeleton. The metal had
Oh, one more
it
mid.
had to contain the
Not mid,
remnants
that was
of
from,
life itself,
where I
but
died.
you had to know for sure, not knowing what else to do.
No one
he
was
melted the robotic
actually
parts
cooking.
down.
Bro,
And
you're
animatronic
kidding.
endoskeletons reduced down to one
Oh yeah, the
single
Killjoy got me.
Yeah.
Satchel out.
for this Satchel
out.
Let's go!
One enemy remaining.
Picked up a syringe and filled it with the molten metal.
bigger spike you
injected
need to
the
plant?
goo into Funtime Freddy's twisted, wiry
Oh no,
device.
nice one.
Suddenly, the
Try
coils
harder.
came to life. like snakes
Could have still found it for
writhing
money.
in a pile what had once been cold, lifeless metal.
Yeah, no, I
moved
didn't.
and
Switching
jolted on its
sides.
own.
Oh,
He'd done
that's
it.
why.
He had unlocked the secret to life itself. Except something was clearly wrong. The movements were erratic. They were violent, angry. Baby didn't act this way. She had been calm, collected. This was clearly something else.
Should I go with
Something
you?
mindless,
I'll just go with you.
rampant. As he searched the old
They're gonna
pizzeria
lie,
one more
but
time for any
might as well.
remaining scraps of metal, the ghosts attacked. His past victims come to collect their due. All
Yeah,
led
as long
by
as they go
Cassidy.
A, I
The
can't
five
say
lined up and
that.
blocked the door.
I can always say
Panicked
that they
as
just
Cassidy
fucked up
approached.
holding
How do you
inside, right?
stop something that's already dead? Maybe with the thing that resulted in their death in the first place. He would get
True
into his
real
suit like old
estate.
times. He would regain his power over them just like the day that they died. He was the genius. He was the one in the suit. He was the one in charge. The spring lock snapped into place. Maybe it was just fate coming to collect its due. He didn't know. The only thing he did know was that his brain was suddenly filled with searing white-hot pain as hundreds of metallic pins and gears stabbed into his body from all sides. All he could do was collapse, blood slowly oozing out of
It is
Oh God!
frustrating.
What the
That
fuck?
is the third time
What?
someone has
Ain't no
activated
way.
a spring lock to get their head fucking snapped.
They're
I
definitely
get when
gonna
the
be.
kids fell for it. I get that. But the dude who made the device fell for that? Really?
Did not expect someone to just be standing to the right there. Usually at a big fall like that. That's great.
When he saw the animatronics torn apart in the middle of the party room floor, it caused him to file an immediate report of a break.
There.
An owner
One
would have to come
enemy
in
remaining.
and clean the damage.
Anna, Anna.
Who else would it be
Spike
other
down,
than
B.
Jumped
Last
in
player
Afton's
standing.
heart. Henry would see him. They were partners after all.
Why did I jump down?
But that's not a headshot.
That was not a headshot, but-
Holy, how did he hit that?
Turned and walked away.
Okay, we know the drill. Stick to your role.
That's a
and we'll
movement
try.
arrow moment right there.
And so there Afton would sit, hanging on for 30 years, trapped behind the walls of an iron
I'll go
will
away.
that refused to die.
Whoa, baby! All right, okay.
Michael knew his father.
They pre-Viper wall there. Surely they go B, right?
But hopefully there was some sort of notice, a phone call, post-it, something. His father was a careful and guarded man. He held his cards close to his chest, and as such, William had prepared him in the event that something like this ever happened. Normally, his father kept his home office locked, but in the event of an unexpected, prolonged absence, Michael had been instructed to enter his father's office and look behind an empty
Spike
set of shelves
down
mounted
A.
in the corner of the room. The shelf swung open and revealed a giant industrial elevator, one that led straight down into an underground bunker. Here it was, mapped directly underneath the floor.
That's huge. That
Now
is
they don't
huge.
rotate. Damn.
Michael's dumb as fuck. No
Yeah.
offense.
That's a mid-player
Why
on
are
it. Can you
construction
roll?
workers outside? Oh, it's gonna be-
50 on
His father
Icebox,
was
80 on
suddenly the
Icebox.
days of William being locked inside of his office made sense. He'd been here the entire time.
Push
And that's
some
when he found
other
out. At
side,
the end
go
of the
B.
facility,
One
his
enemy
circus
remaining.
His
What are
father's
they
driving
doing?
William
Why are they pushing in?
different about her. She wasn't like the others. The way she talked.
Unbelievable.
This wasn't just a robot. She was
Unfucking
not
believable.
only alive, she also felt familiar. Was this his sister? William's
That tech
baby
is
girl?
only as
He
good
knows
as
his
their skill.
sister's dead,
And
right?
that, we have some beats.
Does he not know how she died? How brief did William keep this shit? Dude, she's fucking gone.
Century.
I don't know where she is.
William wasn't just a lame, overworked father. He was a monster,
Yeah.
toying with life itself.
True, he
Suddenly, everything clicked. He frantically looked around the room, blinking human heads on poles staring back at him. Green eyes, his sister. Blue eyes, his brother. Closed eyes, his mom. William was working down here trying to make believable humans, literally rebuilding the family that they had both lost. The small little girl robots with their British accents roaming the hallways of this underground facility suddenly took on a whole new context.
You get Spike?
Enemy spotted A.
Was William building clones of his sister? They seemed to know him, after all, to react to his presence.
They were all there. They didn't recognize me at first, but then they thought I was you.
Why is he British? It doesn't make any fucking sense. I know I've been stuck on this, but it literally makes no sense at all.
Led by the voice of Circus Baby, he marched
One enemy remaining.
Maybe we would get out so we can survive.
Last
Well,
player
the
standing.
classic is so inaccurate. Hits 80 at 80.
So many years.
What? How did it not hit a headshot?
That violent equivalent extraction arm?
Spike planted.
Pile of blueprints. Something about heat rendering the magical silver metal inside useless. In reality, prior to getting himself spring-locked and put behind the wall, William's methods had become increasingly sophisticated, with a mechanized arm that could infuse each body with a soul. William could finally give and take away life. The only thing he needed were the bodies. Michael was going to be the hero to help these animatronics, all right. He was going to help the haunted tools and wires of these animatronics escape. That's the way that
oh, fuck, took it out in time.
the scooper plowed forward, digging into the wrecked.
Damn.
Why is she shooting my buddy? She used a whole ultimate to win that round.
I need to show you a clip later. That was illegal. I literally had no movement arrow, no shooting arrow on that KJ. Perfect crosshair on her like face, and I don't hit a single shot. It's literally classic inaccuracy killing me there.
Alive, but wishing he wasn't. He was a puppet, a walking shell. And while he did his best to conceal his fate, there was only so much a man filled with robot spaghetti could do.
It's you and me!
His innards would eventually leave, but by that point the damage had been done. His decaying flesh stank, turning him into a literal purple. Michael had to correct for the sins of his father. He had to make things right. Michael would burn Fazbear Entertainment to the ground.
What?
I mean, what else could you do when your skin was permanent?
Yeah,
Michael's strategy was simple. He would apply for night security guard.
Spike planted.
It's a real issue. That way no one ever had to see him or smell him during his shift.
Dude, what? Yeah, this guy who's applying. He wants to be like a night guard. No, we did like a Zoom call.
Last
He's
player
fucking purple,
standing.
but I think it's fine. Like what? What job are you getting hired without even like seeing it? I guess that's the least.
Oh.
Over time, Mike worked his way through the old restaurants, the original pizzeria, Freddy Fazbear's. He spent weeks there looking for clues as to his father's whereabouts. And each time at the end of his week's shift, he would then set the location on fire. Remnant
What's the
can't
buy
survive
looking
high
like?
temperatures.
Are we shocked that like they keep hiring a security guard who just commits arson and burns the place down? And
I know you have enough for night.
yeah, we got this new guy, and then the place burns down in a week again, and they're like, yeah, we got this new guy, and it's like, you know, obviously you
So
guys.
don't go B again. I'm gonna stay A.
The logistics of it all are just thrown.
Placing swamp grenade.
You're not gonna believe
Placing
this.
alarm
We
bot.
found one.
Placing swamp grenade.
Could this finally be him? Sure enough, there he was. William inside his iconic golden Bonnie springlock suit. Only now it was green and decaying with age. And there they were, a small family of broken men finally reunited. He rigged the wiring of the misfire, and the dry, desiccated walls erupted in flames. It's
I killed her against one, and then that's one.
except it was not. Somehow, through sheer force of will, he had survived, and Mike would need to find a new way of finishing off his father. Luckily, the solution would present itself later that year. Not from Mike, but from another victim that had been left in his father's wake. The only person who legally could bring
She
Mike
randomly
back
spray
down,
headshot
B.
me.
largely pulled out of the
Okay.
franchise around the time of his father's disappearance. Something was up. Mike moved to the back
Last
of the
player
franchise
standing.
and
One's
immediately got
behind
the
you.
job.
Dude, it's crazy he's purple. I'm sorry. It's crazy he's like purple and like basically undying or like an undead. And he's just purple. And he's just like, yeah, I'm purple. I've been purple for like a decade and I've worked at like 8 different Freddy's. Like, and he's got no bones. It's so weird.
30
Nice,
seconds
but
left.
Eventually, everyone was there. His father, the puppet, the robot spaghetti that had once violated his body, and his sister, the hopeless father, the puppet, the robot spaghetti that had once
Got
violated his
3.
body.
My ultimate is ready.
Spike planted.
They didn't go B.
What a sentence. The robot spaghetti.
Oh my god. Yeah, I don't know why.
That's so true.
The fucking robot.
One was on B as well. Actually, I should have looked towards B.
Found
I
out,
should have
look,
known
is that like,
Try to find
although
me,
we're watching this story unfold from the perspective of the Afghans,
Dude, this Cypher
there's
really needs to
presumably
play
a
the game.
different story being written
Jesus,
from the
3
perspective
and
of the murdered
16.
children.
It's like we're playing
Yeah.
4
And they
against
still
5.
are
Oh,
stuck
4 against 4.5.
in these robotic bodies with some level of consciousness.
He had been instructed to seal the doors and leave, but while he locked everything down, he didn't.
Alarm bot out.
This was truly meant to be the end. If the remnant needed to be washed away, he needed to be a part of it.
Although there was a way out planned for you, I have a feeling that's not what you want. I have a feeling that you are right where you want to be, and you
Get out of
monsters
here.
trapped in the corridors. Be still. Although for one of you, the darkest pit of hell has opened to swallow you whole. So don't keep the devil waiting, old friend.
And with that.
Ooh, what a
So,
bar.
the Afton legacy died with all of them trapped inside of a literal box. As the flames danced around the office, Mike, for the first time in decades, was happy. But William wasn't gone yet. Although the darkest pit of hell was open and waiting.
They burned down 2 restaurants now to kill him. And it's like, you know what? I will need to still be here. Like,
KJ was also
Down A.
Animatronics, both new and old, began to jump out and bite him, rip him limb from limb. The pain was immeasurable. Make it stop. Make it stop. William, for the first time, longed for death. An end to this torture.
1 enemy remaining.
Oh,
So
40
like
and 1.
sometimes I feel like, oh, that's lore, and then sometimes I feel like a game was made, and you have to make it make sense.
Oh, raise.
This is one of those times where you're like,
Oh, Jack!
called, I guess, Ultimate Custom Night, where William Afton is getting like especially fucked on by every single doll to ever be made, and then you have to like make that make sense in the lore.
Cassidy was so focused on taking revenge, they actually did the one thing that would be the downfall for so many others. They kept William alive. Even though fire should have destroyed the remnant that was coursing through his being, Cassidy kept William breathing, paving the way for his escape. The last 2 episodes have been about death. The death of Afton's family, the deaths of multiple children, the death of the franchise itself as Mike and Henry figuratively and literally burn it all down. Today's episode, though, and the current end of this franchise, is instead all about
It's you and me.
the return of old characters in new forms, and the controversial rebirth of a franchise entering the next era of its story. The company was outright dissolved. Even the memories of the wars of the people were gone. William was dead, Henry was gone. A whole generation of young Emilys and Aftons had lost their lives to the horrors of the pizzeria. All of them collateral damage to the
so weak.
Everyone the company had ever touched was dead and gone. Well,
You
really,
should
run.
Clara,
That's Jojo.
she'd been there in the early days, back when things with William were
Clara.
good, they'd had the perfect home. William had become distant, lost in his work, obsessive. She had watched him change from this irritatingly brilliant man that she had fallen in love with to a drunken monster struggling to hold himself together. She had
Sage and
lost the
Oswald.
relationship.
Oh,
There,
sorry,
she
man, sorry.
largely failed a mystery from William's past.
1
Footnote
enemy
to
remaining.
history. And that was fine.
Well,
for
was
her.
lost in
Now,
me.
as a shareholder and sole living member of the Afton
Nah,
family,
she's careful
all
mid.
copyrights and
I doubt,
trademarks of
but-
both Afton
Spike
Robotics
planted.
and Fazbear
Okay.
Entertainment passed
Okay,
on
gotta
to
sit
her.
together.
Memories of this past life that she had
She has no
long
ult for
left
this.
She's running in main.
Looking at the blueprints, the contracts, the memories, he felt old wounds begin to reopen. William had always been brilliant. That's what had attracted her in the first place. But
He could
also
start.
was distracted by his
That's crazy, because William was actually the dumbest motherfucker early on. He was actually stupid as shit. He just liked bears.
Last player standing.
That was literally his whole character. He liked bears.
I will put them all. She would need time to rebuild this family, to rebuild the pieces of
Oh,
shattered
fuck.
life, to reclaim the kids that
It was hard. You
Fazbear
could have
had
tapped
stolen
theirs again.
I could have, but I was sure she would wait a little longer. It's my bad. My bad, sorry.
Transference. The pieces were all in
Go to
place,
cover,
they were just
bruh.
Scattered. With ownership over the characters,
I mean, like, go in front of your wall and
technology
kill the
Fazbear
fucking
name, she converted the
Jojo.
corporation
Guess I could
back to
have.
an LLC, a structure for smaller businesses.
I love when the lore gets
Play
into the
that at the end.
nitty-gritty of corporations and how they're registered.
From there, she would need remnant, and lots of it. Remnant was the key. To get the remnant they required, it needed scale. Dozens,
Okay.
hundreds of animatronics, all out there, all gathering remnant from unsuspecting customers. But to do that would require help. And with meal delivery apps,
That's in their spawn.
not an animatronic delivery service. Order one to celebrate your birthday, your holiday,
One that,
Spotted A.
4th of July picnic.
Enemy spotted A.
hype, that's what's good.
Just 50.
Maybe we'll. Don't give her the light. Oh, no, anyway.
Was it a sellout?
He's in the universe?
Yeah, one's a kitchen. One kitchen, 2A.
You
Is
will
she
not
like,
kill my
I
ally.
didn't think she was a psychopath. But all of a sudden she's a psychopath now?
There was just one
No, it's
problem.
last two should be
No
it.
one trusted the
This way.
Fazbear name. The company's brand was still mud.
Hold on.
So she needed to find a way to discredit the
One minute.
stories that had come before.
How do you
she
do
needed
that?
to win back the public's affections, reactivate
Misinformation
some nostalgia
campaign.
for the spooky stories of their childhoods. She needed a game. Struggling game developers were a dime a dozen online. So she found one. Steve just picked him out of obscurity.
Is that the actual game dev? Did he put himself in the fucking game?
30 seconds left.
He put himself in the fucking lore?
Freddy Fazbear's was suddenly more popular than ever.
Left side. Close to the box. Oh, what?
Last player standing.
Holy
no.
shit.
Most ambitious project
I don't know where you went to me.
Oh.
2035.
2035? What is she,
Wait, no, that was Cypher that
100?
went to me, actually.
Her husband was born in the 30s. How fucking old is she?
I thought you were Cypher there.
Well, we don't have money. We're spending so much every round.
Humans using animatronic technology. So that's exactly what you would do. Rebuild your voice from the ground up using robotic parts.
She knows how to make fucking robots now. Okay.
She worked down in the bowels of the pizza
I'm gonna
place
ult here.
in life, but it was one thing to build him. It was
I'm
another
gonna
to
heal
help
them at
him
least.
remember his identity. He died
Alarm bot out.
so early.
Isolate and exterminate.
He died literally 50 years before then in the 80s. Even if you put a spirit inside of him, he's gonna come out and just start saying slurs. Remember 2035 is gonna be like, whoa.
Get out of my way.
Your kid is problematic.
What?
Bomb grenade out.
Yum.
Initiated.
She just full on dashed in and then right-clicked me. That's
She knew
insane.
exactly where he was, in the ruins of that old Freddy Fazbear pizza place where Henry had trapped him. Digging through the wreckage, she found him. He was right
Last player standing. Flawless.
There's 3 there? So they took site with 2. Okay. Okay.
The guy
Match
has
point.
to be muted.
If
Look
any
at
of
the
you
guy.
die, I lose
But
a
it was
bet
the
for
sixth
stone,
attempt
so
that
don't
looked like
embarrass
it
me
had
like that,
potential to
please.
kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Enter Vanessa. Mrs. Afton wanted a surrogate daughter. Her darling Elizabeth would have been a young woman at this point if she had lived. Clara wanted someone who wasn't Elizabeth but could be just like her. She started as a QA tester at Silver Parasol Games, a VR game development
So you said
company
they're
that was
playing
part of her plan to
45 and you're
bring
still
back
losing. Bro, look at our Cypher. We're playing
I will
44.
not lose my home again.
Right age, blonde, green eyes with a fondness for flowers and the outdoors. In many ways, it was her daughter.
What? She was full running. How's that jet? That is literally the second bot frag hitting these shots. What the
Because she
actual
wasn't hitting them a
fuck?
second ago.
What did she put on cheese or something?
Sorry, he
She
was
hasn't
drawing
missed.
fucking
Planted.
pizza going yum, and now he's a.
Okay.
Last
Yeah.
player standing. Flawless. Attackers win.
But it was her last move that was the best.
She might actually have started cheating at the end there. I'm not sure. That was